The outstanding gameplay, the sound design, music and score, compelling story, memorable characters, and the emotional impact. There's no doubt that Clair Obscur Expedition 33 is going to win Game of the Year at this year's TGA. Since that's basically already decided, let's focus on another category I'm really looking forward to, the Best VR AR Game. Since the creation of this category in 2016, no augmented reality game has ever been nominated. All nominees have been fully VR titles. So bear with me if I just call this category Best VR throughout this video. While last year's winner, Batman Arkham Shadow, was widely accepted as the clear victor, this year I can't tell for certain who is going to take the Angel statue home. Let's look at the nominees.
For Best VR AR Game, the nominees are Alien Rogue Incursion, Arcane Age, Ghost Town, Marvel's Deadpool VR, and The Midnight Walk.
I am really torn between two games, Arcane Age and Ghost Town. Arcane Age has gained a lot of fans, especially the PSVR 2 version. The physics in combat and climbing are only possible in a VR world. The graphics and vibrant colors also shine on the OLED screen. Ghost Town, on the other hand, is a linear story-driven game with easy to medium difficulty puzzles. I'm a huge fan of real-life escape rooms, so Ghost Town was right up my alley. I remember completing this game while I was on a business trip. I finished it in 3 short evening sessions in hotel rooms this summer. It's a short 4-hour game, but with a lot to do, so no level overstayed its welcome. I can't say much about the other games though. I remember playing Alien Isolation on my Rift like 10 years ago, but that was just a mod with no real interaction, so I didn't get far. Regarding the Midnight Walk, I saw a few YouTube videos, but it really looks like a walking simulator and never quite caught my attention. Then there's Deadpool VR, just released last week, literally just last Tuesday, one day after the announcement of the TGA nominees. So far the game looks nice. IGN gave it an 8, and having Neil Patrick Harris as a voice character seems legend. Wait for it, scary. So with that choice, who is going to win? Well, I can't put my finger on a certain winner, but in the end I think that Arcane Age is going to take it for its VR interactivity. Personally, I voted for Ghost Town, and I would be equally happy for Fireproof Games to win. I really liked their The Room franchise. Speaking of voting for a game, did you know that your vote on the website is only 10% weight of a winner? The rest is from a jury picked out by the TGA itself. I don't want to say anything wrong, but seeing the German media outlets and cross-checking the pages, I know that VR is no topic for their target audience, and so I don't know how many experts are in their teams to fully decide which VR game is the best. I mean, even the public voting can also be biased. Everyone can vote for every category, so there are probably a lot of non-VR gamers who just picked out one game from a list. Maybe they think, oh, Ghost Town seems like a very generic name, and Deadpool, yeah, I love the movies and the trailer on ONL, so let's vote for Deadpool. I also had to pick the best esports player and team, and never heard any of them, so I don't blame non-VR gamers to pick what they heard it's best. I'd like to encourage you to write down in the comments what you think is going to win this award on December 11th. Let's get back to the nominees. I checked the Game Awards website to see which games are able to be nominated. Turns out all games released between November 22nd, 2024 and November 21st, 2025 can get nominated. That's why Deadpool is allowed to be in. This brings me to the question, what happened to other games released in this time frame? The game that comes to my mind is Skydance's Behemoth, released in December 2024. I played a bit of it at Gamescom in Cologne, but never found the time to play the full version. And just this week alone, we got two new great games: RoboQuest VR and the Demio X Dungeons and Dragons crossover. The first one was originally perfectly playable with UE VR and then got ported from Flat2 VR Studios into an optimized game for PC and PS5. All in all, 2025 was a great year for VR. I cannot stand those VR has no games clickbait YouTube topics. Maybe the official store pages seem quite slow, but each day new games are being tested with UE VR and UU VR, which will actually be my topic of my next video. 2025 was a great year for me too. I created this channel and so far I've reached 280 followers. So thank you to each and every one of you. As you can see on my channel, I had a lot of fun in VR, like making my own Balletro mod, finishing the Outer Wilds, and I was able to be one of the first visitors in the Run for City beta. But if I have to give an award for outstanding VR experiences of 2025, it's gotta be Dortmund's Satisfactory VR mod. I spent 110 hours in it and finished the whole game this way. It's sad to see that the developers, Coffee Stain Studios, were making fun of VR in a TikTok shortly after my review came out. I created my channel to point out these niche experiences, and I hope that I was able to convince at least one person in this world to try out the mod and agree with me that Satisfactory in VR is truly outstanding. I still have so many games on my backlog, and a lot of them are subject for this channel, so feel free to subscribe. For those who come after, safe travels.